The 10 richest people in the world. As of 2021, there are reportedly 2,755 billionaires on Earth, with an estimated total net worth of $13.1 trillion. Of this amount, the top 10 wealthiest people in the world account for $1,153 billion, of roughly 8.8%, which is impressive when you consider that they represent around 0.36% of billionaires. Below are the 10 individuals currently considered the wealthiest at the time of updating this article, September 2021, according to the Forbes World's Billionaire list. Number 1, Jeff Bezos, age 57, residence Seattle, founder and executive chair Amazon, net worth $177 billion. Amazon ownership stake 11%. That means $178 billion. Other assets, Blue Origin, 7.15 billion private assets. The Washington Post, 2,050 million private assets and 13.4 billion in cash. In 1994, Jeff Bezos founded Amazon.com in a garage in Seattle, shortly after he resigned from the huge fund giant D.E. Shaw. In fact, he had originally pitched the idea of an online bookstore to his former boss, David E. Shaw, who was not interested. So Amazon.com originally started out selling books. It has since morphed into one-stop shop for everything under the sun, and is arguably the world's largest retailer. At any rate, it's hard to dispute its self-description as the Earth's most customer-centric company. Its patterns of constant diversification is evident in some of its unexpected expansions, which include acquiring Whole Foods in 2017 and launching its own branded over-the-counter drugs in August 2017. In 2020, Amazon's share price skyrocketed in the heightened demand for online shopping as lockdowns forced customers to stay home. On July 5, 2021, Bezos stepped down as CEO of the e-commerce giant and transitioned to his new role as its executive chair. Bezos originally took Amazon public in 1997 and went on to become the first man since Bill Gates in 1999 to achieve a net worth of more than $100 billion. Bezos' other projects include aerospace company Blue Origin, the Washington Post, which he purchased in 2013, and the 10,000-year clock, also known as the Long Now. On July 20, 2021, Bezos, his brother Mark, aviation pioneer Wally Funk, and Dutch student Oliver Daemen completed Blue Origin's first successful crewed flight, reaching an altitude of just above 62 miles before landing safely. Number 2, Elon Musk, age 50, residence Austin, Texas, co-founder and CEO Tesla, net worth $151 billion. Tesla ownership stake 20%, $125 billion. Other assets, space exploration technologies, 29.8 billion private assets, and the Boring Company, $101 million private assets. Elon Musk has had his hands in several different companies over the years. Originally enrolled at Stanford University, Musk deferred his attendance to launch Zip2, one of the earliest online navigation services. A portion of the proceeds from his endeavor was reinvested to create X.com, an online payment system that later became PayPal, while both of the systems were eventually sold to other companies. Musk had maintained his status as CEO and lead designer of his third project, Space Exploration Technologies, SpaceX, which aims to make space exploration more affordable. In 2004, Musk became a major founder of Tesla Motors, now Tesla, which led to him being retroactively declared a co-founder and his current position as CEO of the electric vehicle company. In addition to its line of electric automobiles, which include sedans, sport utility vehicles, and the Cybertruck announced in 2019, Tesla also produces energy storage devices, automobile accessories, merchandises, and through its acquisition of SolarCity in 2016, solar power systems. In 2020, Tesla's stock price experienced an astronomical surge, having risen 705% from the start of the year to mid-December. It joined the S&P 500 that same month, the largest company added thus far. Number 3. Bernan Arnold, age 72, residence Paris, CEO and chair, LVMH, net worth $150 billion, Christian Dior ownership stake 97.5%, 133 billion. Other assets: Molen and Company equity 23.3 billion public assets, Hermes equity 2.23 billion public assets, Carrefour equity 900 million public assets, and 9.48 billion in cash. French national Bernan Arnold is the chair and CEO of LVMH, the world's largest luxury good company. This business owns some of the biggest brands on earth, including Louis Vuitton, Hennessy, Marc Jacobs, Sephora, and many more. The majority of his wealth, however, actually comes from his massive stake in Christian Dior SE, the holding company that controls 41.25% of LVMH. His shares in Christian Dior SE plus an additional 6.2% in LVMH are held through his family-owned holding company, Group Arnault SE. An engineer by training, Arnold's business scopes became apparent while working for his father's construction firm, Ferret Savinel, which he would take control of in 1971. He later converted Ferret Savinel to a real estate company named Fernel Incorporation in 1979. Number 4. Bill Gates, age 65, residence Medina, Washington, co-founder, Microsoft Corporation, net worth $124 billion, Microsoft ownership stake 1.3%, $31 billion. Other assets: Republic Service equity 13.5 billion public assets, John Deere equity 10 billion public assets, Canadian National Railway equity 9.14 billion public assets, Ecolab equity 6.92 billion public assets, Givaudan equity 5.56 billion public assets, FEMSA equity 2.42 billion public assets, Waste Management equity 2.23 billion public assets, Berkshire Hathaway equity 1.85 billion public assets, Diageo equity 1.7 billion public assets, and many more. While attending Harvard University in 1975, Bill Gates went to work alongside his childhood friend Paul Allen to develop new software for the original microcomputers. Following this project's success, Gates dropped out of Harvard in his junior year and went on to found Microsoft with Allen. In addition to being the largest software company in the world, Microsoft also produces its own line of personal computers, publishes books through Microsoft Press, provides email service through its Exchange servers, and sells video game system and associated peripheral devices. Originally Microsoft's chief software architect, Gates later transitioned to the role of chair in 2008. He had joined Berkshire Hathaway board in 2004. He stepped down from both boards in March 13, 2020. Number 5. Mark Zuckerberg, age 37, residence Palo Alto, California, co-founder, CEO, and chair, Facebook, net worth $97 billion, Facebook ownership stake 13%, $138 billion. Other assets: $3.5 billion in cash and $225 million in real estate. Mark Zuckerberg first developed Facebook alongside fellow students Eduardo Saverin, Dustin Moskovitz, and Chris Hughes while attending Harvard University in 2004. As Facebook began to use at other universities, Zuckerberg dropped out of Harvard to focus entirely on his growing business. Today, Zuckerberg is the CEO and chair of Facebook, which had more than 2.8 billion monthly active users as of 2021. Facebook is the world's largest social networking service, enabling its users to create a personal profile, connect with friends and family, join to create groups, and much more. As the website is free to use, most of the company's revenue is generated through advertising. Facebook, the company, is also host to several other brands, including photo sharing app Instagram, which acquired 2012, cross-platform mobile messaging service WhatsApp, and virtual reality headset producer Oculus, both acquired in 2014. Workplace, its enterprise connectivity platform Portal, its line of video calling devices, and Novi, its digital wallet for the Dame payment system. Number 6. Warren Buffett, age 91, residence Omaha, Nebraska, CEO Berkshire Hathaway, net worth $96 billion. Berkshire Hathaway ownership stake 38.001%, 130 billion total. Other assets: Wells Fargo and Co. equity 76.6 million public assets, US Bancorp equity 550.2 million public assets, Heritage Grows Properties equity 38 million public assets, and 1.1 billion in cash. The most famous living value investor, Warren Buffett, filed his first tax return in 1944 at age 14, declaring his earnings from his boyhood paper route. His first bought shares in textile company called Berkshire Hathaway in 1962, becoming the majority shareholder by 1965. He expanded the company to insurance and other investments in 1967. Now, Berkshire Hathaway is a $500 billion company with a single share of stock trading at more than $410,000 per share in mid-2021. Number 7. Larry Ellison, age 77, residence Lanai, Hawaii, co-founder, CTO and chair Oracle, net worth $93 billion. Oracle ownership stake 35%, 74.3 billion. Other assets: Tesla equity 11.1 billion public assets and 16.6 billion in cash. Number 8. Larry Page, age 48, residence Palo Alto, California, co-founder and board member Alphabet, net worth $91.5 billion. Alphabet ownership stake 6%, 115 billion in total. Other assets: 13.8 billion in cash. Number 9. Sergey Brin, age 48, residence Los Altos, California, co-founder and board member Alphabet, net worth $89 billion. Alphabet ownership stake 5%. That means $110.1 billion in total. Other assets: 13.9 billion in cash. Mukesh Ambani, number 10, age 64, residence Mumbai, India, chair and managing director Reliance Industries, net worth $84.5 billion. Reliance Industries ownership stake 42%, $86.09 billion in total. Other assets: Mumbai residential property 410 million private assets and $975 million in cash. This is what we have for today. Thank you for listening. Please share, subscribe, and like this video if you like it. Bye.